Well, a lot of people have stuff up today about the Second Amendment. I'm going to tell you guys one more time, I no longer support all these gun rights groups. I stopped doing that. When you write them and you send stuff to them where that they could put an end to all these gun laws, they shrug their shoulders because it's a cash cow for them. They don't mind winning a couple battles here and there. Makes them look good. That way they can still keep the money coming in. But they don't go for the throat. And that pisses me off to no end. And I'll tell you what, people. I want you to go to, I'll leave a link. You go read the preamble to the Bill of Rights. And basically what it says, in order to prevent any more misconstruction or abuse of its powers, that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added. And for those that don't understand what declaratory means, it's designed to fix what was uncertain or doubtful. It's to make things clear. Now, if you go over here to the Second Amendment, there's a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, does anybody see any subparagraph A, B, C, or D which might stipulate what an acceptable infringement might be after the word infringe? No. That means it is forbidden to infringe for any reason. And when I mean any reason, I mean even for the name of safety. Okay, now, let's go over here. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution ratified and preserved for every citizen the right to keep and bear arms. And moreover, that neither Congress or any other instrument of the federal government can infringe upon that right because they are constitutionally barred. The Second Amendment to the Federal Constitution recognizes that this is a God-given right to keep and bear arms. It's to be free of any interference whatsoever from the federal government. Accordingly, nowhere is the federal government allowed, Accordingly, the federal government is nowhere in the Constitution granted an authority to abridge, restrict, or infringe in any fashion whatsoever guns or ammunition. Thus, all restrictive laws made by Congress, all regulations made by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms are all unconstitutional because they're outside of the scope of powers granted to Congress and to the executive branch by our Constitution. Restriction of arms and ammunition is not one of the enumerated powers delegated to the Congress or to the executive branch. Now, I said on Scott's channel that no one is bound to obey any unconstitutional law, and no courts are bound to enforce it. Let's see here. The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for a law that violates the Constitution to be valid. All laws that are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Marbury versus Madison, where rights are secured by the Constitution, and they're involved. There can be no rulemaking or legislation which would arbitrate them. An unconstitutional act is not law. It confers no rights. It imposes no duties. Affords no protection. It creates no office. It is in legal contemplation as inoperable as it had never been passed. Well, this is going to be the last time I put this up. I put this up over and over and over and over. I might get up to 50 people that go on here and actually read this and understand it. But most of them don't. So after this, I'm going to wait a little bit, then I might delete the whole damn thing because you people ain't worth my time. It's getting old. I had to tell you what's right in the Constitution, and you don't even read the Constitution. You might not even have a pocket Constitution. Yet you call yourself patriots. Nah. So it's like there's a whole lot of channels nowadays that they want you to pay to get a comment from them. You know, if you're not on their membership thing or something, they don't listen to you. And they don't answer. So what you do is you just ignore them. You unsubscribe from them. That's what I'm going to start doing here to the public. Because it's getting old. You're not listening. You're not waking up. You don't care. You don't care enough. Let's hope that the Supreme Court steps up to this and helps out. They know what the law is. They've kind of been dragging their butts too. But the crux of the matter is Congress has no constitutional authority to pass any firearm laws. Not even in the name of safety. Anyway, guys, I thank you. I hope you see this. Good luck. And don't drop your guard. If somebody, if they try to come to somebody's house to take away their firearms for any reason whatsoever, you know, within what we see as law, you need to gather up your arms and oppose them. You've got to stop these people in the track just like I did back in 1776 at Concord in Lexington. They don't have the right. Thanks for watching.